let's start the show. Yes, it's back. The stream deck is back. Hey everyone, I'm Jeff from InThirdPerson.com, a personal look at video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits, and we are back with more Fire Emblem Three Houses on the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, sorry for the delay. I might have messed something up along the way. There's a new feature on the stream deck which allows you to change your voice, and I totally had the saw I want to play a game, the clown thing on the tricycle. I had that voice going, and I think somewhere along the way I broke everything else in the process. So when you are setting up your stream, do not mess with your settings at the last minute like I just did, because that just completely broke the audio. Anyhow, we've got some Fire Emblem to play. Hot Girl Summer up in Fodlan. Oh geez, wrong button. And I don't understand why it would have caused that issue, but oh well. We are going to continue. And so, spoilers, we're like way behind on our Golden Deer file. But, as you can see, I've beaten the game with the Black Eagles. I've got a Blue Lions file going. I've even got a class, what's it called? A New Game Plus file going as well. So, lots of Fire Emblem happening over here. But for now, back to the Golden Deer. So, yeah, Ian, how are you doing? I'm a little frazzled. I'm really upset at myself for what's been transpiring here, trying to get the sound work. And I hope it sounds okay on the stream today. But after the stream, I'm probably gonna throw some stuff trying to make this thing work. Ugh. I wonder what it could possibly be. And maybe the cables died. The cable's a couple years old now. I don't know. Is that how cables work? Alright, so we've got 2 days before everyone picked Explore. I'm good. It's been a long day, but I'm excited to chat and play some Fire Emblem. I'm working on my Blue Lions playthrough. As am I. That's the one I'm focusing on now that I've beaten the thing. The Black Eagles one. Alright, so is there anybody who's ready to level up? No. I think we're too early in the campaign here. So, let's go explore. Yeah, let's do that. And so we're going to try and cut some corners here. I just want to do quests. We're not going to spend too much time talking to... Oh, there's no quests? So let's just talking to people now? Okay. That's kind of a bust. Man. Alright, let's go invite some people to lunch. Let's go sing in the choir, and I don't know, something else. Oh.
If you have a moment, I would like a word. It has been brought to my attention that certain individuals have been making advances toward Flame.
Flame grown, though.
Have you witnessed any such behavior? If you
Snitch.
see anything similar in the future, please inform the perpetrators.
Oh yeah, we can do some faculty training as well. I should do more of that. I think that's a big one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go train. So Ian, were you able to recruit anybody to your team in your first playthrough? Because I did not have much luck recruiting anybody. I got Manuela on my squad, and I think that's it. I didn't want Hanneman on my team. I kept trying to get other students, and they wouldn't go because I know you can only take one student a month.
Do you like it too?
Eating delicious food really takes my worries away.
And unfortunately, yeah, nobody wanted to come on my squad. Alright, so we got one more point left. We have no quests. Oh, we can do the tournament thing. Let's do that. Ooh.
Here to train? You really are as hardworking as they say.
Let's do... Oh, is there no tournament thing? Okay, we're just gonna train with her and then end it. I actually didn't try to recruit any students. I recruited Cyril, Shamir, Manuela, and Catherine, plus the couple of characters who join as part of the story. I won't say more because I have no idea if they are the same across houses. See, I don't want to spoil. Okay, you know that Shamir's in my playthrough because we've talked about this, and I just told you about Manuela. But yeah. I will say some of that stuff. Grounder.
Practice.
Alright, that's it. Let's get out of here. Uh-oh. And so just as a heads up, I'm not going to play the most optimal way on stream. I'm instructing automatically. This kind of hurts my heart a little bit as well. Maybe I'll set the goals just a little better going forward. Oh, here we go. Do you want to be a captain? Sure. So what made you pick
You did some great work.
what made you pick the Blue Lions over the Black Eagles? Also nice. They cleaned up the weeds. Amazing. Go Leone, go Lysithia. Oh, I actually did recruit one student. Oh. I don't know if I was supposed to say that.
I see. It's all
Yes,
making
one
sense now.
student did end up on my team. I will not say how that happened. Let's say that.
Guess I'm still growing.
I think I get it. Oh yeah, getting the hang of it.
So yeah, why'd you pick Blue Lions over Black Eagles? Just out of curiosity. So a lot of people pick the Seminar. Is there any good battles here, or is it just kind of the generic? Yeah, let's go do a Seminar. Let's go learn some things. So Seth's gonna teach a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna go with, yeah, learn some Lance, learn some, I don't know, managing the other. I want to save the Black Eagles campaign for last because, spoilers you probably already know. Okay, fair.
Practice yields results.
Go learn
I'm
the
beginning
things.
to understand.
Yeah, some stuff definitely happens on the Black Eagle side that, yeah, okay, we're gonna leave it at that. But I will continue with this mission. I think I can kind of, maybe I'm being overly aggressive in my play here. I'm not scared of normal difficulty in this game.
My thank you.
I
so
feel
much.
like I felt like this game's kind of easy, to be honest, on normal, and I just kind of plowed through it. There are a couple of times I had to use the rewind, but it was
Really is
never
an
that
honor
big of
to
a deal.
accompany Catherine, wielder of Thunderbrand. I hear you're intimidating enough to silence the howling winds.
You mean you don't know? My weapon is called Thunderbrand. It's one of the hero's relics. A long, long time ago, the goddess bestowed divine weapons upon 10 heroes, which were passed down to their descendants. It's an honor to wield, but I'm afraid there won't be any chance for that today.
Otherwise,
Our
Ian,
mission
how'd
is to
your
help clean
weekend
up the
go? Did you get up to
aftermath, not
anything
fight.
fun, exciting? Oh, you were
Why would Lord Lonato incite such a
in-laws,
reckless
right?
rebellion?
I think that was
Had
it.
to have
You
known
were
he had
going to
no
visit,
chance of
help
winning.
clean, something like that?
It all goes back to the tragedy of Dusker.
Oh yeah, my tactics were very gung-ho compared to normal Fire Emblem games, like sending my bishop into the thick of combat against a bunch of Fortress Knights gung-ho. Yeah, I hear you. All goes back. And
It happened about 4 years ago.
what was
The
I gonna
king of
say?
the Holy Kingdom of Fargus was murdered by the people of
It's
Dusker.
probably for the best that the
That
game
about
is a
covers it,
little
right?
easy on the normal side.
To
Well, I
put
do
it
wish there was like an
yes,
easy setting.
But there's more to
But
that
there is a
story.
lot going on
We had
here,
accomplices within the
and
kingdom as
I think as
well.
long as there are harder
Lord
settings, and I know
Lonatar's
there's
son,
an even harder
Christoph,
setting
was one
coming
of them,
later,
and so he was handed over to the church for execution.
so I'm okay with that. The church executes criminals. Yeah, that's... What about
Speaking
that?
from the church's perspective, we simply passed judgment according to our doctrine in place of the kingdom, which was in complete chaos. Whatever. Well, to
Oh,
be
sorry,
more
skip that.
specific, his grudge isn't only against the church. It's also against the one who turned Christoph over to them.
Report, their numbers are far greater than we
Sorry,
predicted.
skip that again.
They use the fog to slip past the Knight's perimeter.
It looks like our mission just changed, Professor. Everyone, prepare for battle!
Prepare. Fight. Elgato. Man, I'm just gonna be thinking in the back of my head of like, why the heck did the audio get messed up at the beginning? But alright. Time to fight. Let's go rush in, play Gung Ho. And here we go. We helped a friend of my mother-in-law with a letter she had to write for work. Then my mother-in-law made dinner. It was pretty good. This coming weekend, we have a get-together with a bunch of friends planned. And my wife and I are going to celebrate our anniversary on Sunday because I'm flying out of state for work on our actual anniversary. Aw, Ian. Happy anniversary to you both. And yeah, sounds like you had a pretty good time. If I may ask, how long have you and your wife been together? What anniversary is it? Yeah, this weekend coming up is my wife's birthday. Happy birthday, Steph. For her birthday, we are going to see the musical Waitress, which is in town. And I know that one's won a bunch of Tony Awards, and Steph is really into musicals, so really excited to take her for that. I like musicals as well. I'm definitely not into it as much as she is, but I've generally had a great time going to musicals as well. So, yeah, again, happy anniversary to you and your wife. This is our 5-year wedding anniversary, and later this year we will have been in a relationship for 7 years. Ah, happy birthday, Steph. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, it should be great. And yeah, 7 years. That's amazing. Good stuff. Alright, so can we... Oh, I have to make Ash sit out? I don't like that. I want Ash to fight. Oh, wait, he's the recruited one, right? Okay, never mind. Never mind. He can sit. Inventory, whatever. Map, is there really... We'll save, just cuz. Yeah, see, like, in normal Fire Emblem games, I would be very particular about how people are configured, but knowing what I know now, it's just kind of like, YOLO run in, we'll be okay.
The enemy could be trying to surround us, but they shouldn't have enough soldiers to form a tight circle. Take down anyone who breaks through the fog, and let's push through!
The conditions are the same for both sides, but we're at a disadvantage for not knowing the terrain.
Yeah, what else happened? This last weekend, it was a big one for me. It was SummerSlam. And so we are in the city, and we got to see the big wrestling show, and it was a lot of fun. I think the big thing for me was taking my sister-in-law and her boyfriend, who aren't into wrestling at all, although sister-in-law has been to a wrestling show with us, and she really enjoyed it. But her boyfriend, like, no real interest in wrestling. He's coming out just to hang out, and he ended up having a great time. And I think he gained a new appreciation for professional wrestling, the spectacle of it, how the athleticism, the storylines, and I think if you spend a lot of time critiquing wrestling for the fact that the endings are predetermined and they're not actually trying to hurt each other, I think you can have a lot of fun watching wrestling and just enjoying it like you would a musical or a live stage performance. It just happens to be that this live stage performance has a lot of combat and uh-oh. Oh, nice. I have not seen that armor on... Oh, because did I, like, class him up? I think I did.
You think we're just gonna do nothing while you try to kill our lord?
Whew, Shoryuken. And so we were there. I bought a shirt. I don't have the shirt here. It's in the laundry right now. I actually have to do laundry after this. Yeah, that's my understanding of wrestling, is that most of the folks who are super into it buy into the idea of wrestling as a show/drama rather than believing the misconception that it is real. Yeah, I think everybody the people that are into it totally understand that, and you still find ways to appreciate it because that's not the point. It's about the spectacle and having a great time and showing off your athleticism and your storytelling through the fighting. And at times it can be a little extreme. Not so much the WWE anymore, but a lot of independent corporations will still do like jumping off of balconies and other crazy stuff like that. Setting themselves... Oh man, I remember seeing this one clip from a Filipino wrestling association where the guy... And he was just wearing like your standard wrestling trunks, so like the underwear. And he poured gasoline on... He was on the top rope, poured gasoline on himself, and then he set his own skin on fire before jumping on the people below. And the people below wanted nothing to do with it, so they actually kind of got out of the way. And like, really, what did you do? You like just gave yourself like first degree burns all over your body, and for what ended up being a really dumb looking spot. Like that stuff, like, oh no, I can't do it.
I think not.
Talk about extra. Yep. What can we... So we're all the way over here. Maybe Ignatz can do it? Like fire off a curve shot? Yeah, sure. That'll help. It's something. Hey, you can go and learn some things. It's so weird seeing the characters in their Part 1 designs after recently playing the end game. Yes! I don't know how much we can talk about their designs changing along the way, but they do change, and I will say Claude looks like a very handsome person. A fine individual. Get him, Raphael. And so now that you've had a chance to play it, Ian, like you've at least played through one branch of this campaign, and assuming that the quality of the game across the different campaigns stays more or less the same, do you think you could rank this Fire Emblem game relative to the other ones you have played? And if so, where would you put it? And Ian says, Claude is too freaking dashing for his own good. I almost picked him again when I started my second playthrough, just for his witty retorts. Yeah, I've been struggling with that, picking the other... I think trying to go with the female gender, because I feel like my first time around I ended up with someone, and I feel like, man, I would like to see what it would be like had I paired up with other people. And so I keep wanting to play as the male Byleth, but I feel like I could be doing more playing female Byleth as well, just exploring more of the game, because that's what ultimately what I really want to do, is see as much of this game as possible while I play through it. But yeah, right now Claude is definitely going to be my target number one. Oh, maybe I'm running in a little too hard here. Bum, 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 bum. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, Marianne's in a really bad spot. Okay. We'll be fine. Oh, but now Ignatz is like way out of position. I can say with confidence that this definitely ranks in my top Fire Emblem games. I think it needs time to settle before I definitely call it my favorite, but it definitely has the potential to be my favorite. I love most of the mechanical changes, minus some really weird steps backwards, and the cast is amazing. I can give or take on the story, to be honest, take or leave. I think the story is, like... Okay, I will say the story is not my favorite. I think the setup is amazing. But at a certain point, I guess for anyone else watching, I should have the boss rush spoiler tag here. At a certain point, it becomes a Fire Emblem game. And at that point, I think the story is... It's okay. It's probably a little more straightforward than I thought it was going to be in the end. I like the cast. I don't know if it's my favorite. Maybe I just need to play more. I can see everyone growing on me more the more I play it and get to know these characters. I think my concerns with this one would be the battle system. Well, okay. One, this is not the prettiest game. I think graphically it is mediocre at best. And the 3D Fire Emblem games have always looked weird to me. Like, it's... I don't know. Visual fidelity has never seemed to be, like, a big priority once they switched to 3D. I've always found the 3D Fire Emblem games kind of ugly. This one is... It's a step up from, like, the GameCube and the Wii versions. I think, in particular, switching the art style to look a little more cel-shaded helps. Oh, we did the thing. Great. But yeah, kind of ugly. This is exactly how I explained it to Destiny, my wife. It appears for a long time that it would be more subtle and nuanced story-wise than other Fire Emblem games, and then suddenly it flips and becomes very much a stereotypical Fire Emblem story. Yeah, I think that part was kind of disappointing. And then there's parts where I feel like in different playthroughs, I would see different things happen. Because my Black Eagles playthrough definitely left open some weird loose ends that it just does not resolve at all. And I wonder if it gets resolved in some of the other stories. Or if it's played differently, if something else happens. I'd be curious to see that. Oh man, we are like totally surrounded here. Is there... I think we should probably fall back. Oh wait, Leonie's out here. Okay, you should fall back for sure. Oh, yikes. Yeah, there were certain like plot holes where the game just sets something up and then just doesn't talk about it again, and I found that really odd.
Lord Lenato.
The nobles start the war, but it's the common.
Okay. Ooh, yikes. Raphael's in a bad spot as well. Let's... I might have put Claude in a really bad predicament here. Oh no, we're fine. We're fine. Hilda... Okay, let's bait this guy out. And you need a vulnerability.
Good to go.
And you don't have one. Great. This is what I get for not buying supplies. Alright. So yeah, I think the back half of... Like, I think there are aspects of the story in the second half that I do like. But I think that point is bench. We've talked about it in private, I will say. That part I think is really cool and amplifies some of the stuff that happens in the first part. Yes, it definitely seems like you have to do all the playthroughs to fully appreciate the story. A particular character's ending was really a letdown in the Golden Deer. Like, a very significant character just gets killed off screen with no ceremony. So weird. Huh. Okay. So I think Marianne is my only healer. And to your point of, I mean, this is going back now a couple of weeks where we were talking about the same-sex marriage or romance options in Fire Emblem. I was reading another article that mentioned it about the male options. And to your point, it's one of them, one of them's a bait and switch, but it's actually worse than that. 2 of them are bait and switches, and 1 of them is a legit romance. Which I think having 1 in there, I think is too much. Or if there was a male-female one, or a female-female one that was a bait and switch, then okay, at least it's equal, but the fact that it's only in the male-male ones where that happens is not great. Hey, rusted gauntlets. Okay. Alright, I think we can fight these guys out in the open. Let's move up a little bit here. Put there. There. Lawrence can go over here.
I got this.
Raphael can clean up the house over here. And Lysithia over here. I think we're good, right? Oh, nope. Sylvan. Is that Sylvan? No, that might be Sylvan. I don't even know. Oh, no, the other guys aren't going to move? Unless I... Okay, fine. Fine. Come at me, bro. I think the bait and switch is even worse now that I see how marriage sequence gets set up. Again, don't want to spoil things for someone who may be watching later, but very clearly has you choose a person that you love, so to go through that and still not marry that person, yikes. Yep. When I got to that screen and thinking about the bait and switch, it like felt really... That would hurt, just putting myself in the position of someone playing as male Byleth that wanted to have that male happily ever after, and to find out after the fact that no, that's not how it goes. And to make that even worse, like, okay, what if I chase this other one and then find out that one's a bait and switch too? Like, ugh. Come on, Nintendo. We can do better. Alright, if it's just that guy that's gonna run at me, then we'll do that. Yeah, Leone can take that guy one-on-one. No, I think just healing Lysithia should be fine.
That helps.
So yeah, I don't think this is a perfect game. We'll say that. And I don't think in the pantheon of Fire Emblem games that this is a clear-cut favorite to be the best Fire Emblem game of all time. I still feel like in my head, Path of Radiance is still up there, because when I think about that roster in particular, Ike, Soren, and that whole group, man, I love that crew so much. And I love their story and the arc that they go through and the Lagus and the message that game was trying to say and the journey that you go through. I love that part so much. And there are probably aspects of its design that don't hold up well now, and I would have to go back and play those again to see for certain. But I also feel like there are aspects of that game which are still incredible. Oh. Alright, so this is... Honestly, I wish they had left marriage out entirely. The way the A supports work in this game, you could probably... you could basically ship around anyone you wanted, and if S supports were gone, I think that would actually make the LGBT relationships even more viable. They were definitely some same gender pairs in my Golden Deer run that I think you could easily ship based on their A supports. I will say yes. At least one same-sex pair was spoken of together in the ending of my play. Man, there's too much heat. Like, getting 3 as soon as I cross this line is not great. Okay, what if we inch this group just a bit forward? Like, right here? Yes, the characters of Path of Radiance will always have a special place in my heart, and that game probably does have the strongest storytelling. Yeah, I bet, like, graphically, man, I remember that game being really ugly at the time, and it's probably even worse now. And there's probably other issues and stuff with that game that maybe have not aged as well. But I do remember loving that game so much. And so I have a hard time just like straight up knocking that off of the #1 spot. But, I don't know, maybe this ends up there by the end. Even with all our criticisms. Accounted for. What do you think is the worst Fire Emblem game you've played? I have a very definitive answer to this. I think I have the right answer. I would go as far as to say. But I would love to hear your opinion first before I drop the hammer. And I don't know if I've mentioned this on stream yet. Uh-oh. My Scythia is in a bad spot. And I don't know if I can fix that. Can we not attack Lysithia, please? We're going to run the entire squad. Come on, hit. Hit Raphael, hit... Not anybody. Shadow Dragon, no contest. Correct. Ding, ding, ding. Give that man the $10,000. Alright, so we're going to run everybody up here because I'm pretty sure Lysithia is going to die right now. Heal. Let's go, Leone. Yeah, I think that, like, it's interesting going back and playing that game. And I know it's the first Fire Emblem game, and they remade it to try and match. Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. Actually, that might not be the worst thing. Okay, she's gonna live through these, so that's fine. Yeah, I just think, like, having played a couple Fire Emblems up till that point, and then playing Shadow Dragon was just such a shock of how far Fire Emblem has come. And actually, I'm actually in the process of writing like a guide on how to approach Fire Emblem. I just had this idea because Fire Emblem is a weird series. There are so many games. Half the games you can't even play anymore, or you can't play at all because they're in Japanese. And one of the things I talk about is just like the remakes and how I think for sure definitely shows how much the series has evolved over the years. Yeah, it's really hard to go back to those. And I've been making this guide on like where to start Fire Emblem, which are the best games, and what you should know going in. And I have like a specific blurb about Shadow Dragon and Shadow Dragon and Revelations, or not Fire Emblem Echoes, that's it. And yeah, they're remakes and they're trying to stay true to that source material, but man, those games have not aged well. And if you've played any of those old, or anything newer than like Fire Emblem 2003, it's hard to go back. It's so hard to go back. And so I suggest, like, and I don't necessarily think it's the best way to go about it, but maybe play those games early just to be like, okay, I like the Fire Emblem, and then as you play it, like, it just gets better from there. As one potential way of learning how to, or getting into the series. That's not the way I would recommend, though. Ultimately, no. But it's something to know. I think the best way to treat it is play a better Fire Emblem game, to be honest, and then go into those games knowing they're remakes and just kind of treat them as like a time capsule of what this series used to be and where it came from. And I think you can appreciate it as like an artifact from time and be able to say like, oh, this is where it started, and here are the systems that were in place from the beginning. Here's the stuff they hadn't figured out yet. And just kind of enjoy it that way. But like just straight up as sheer entertainment value, that Shadow Dragon is not good. Well, I'm reluctant to just say it's straight up a bad game. It is a game that has aged pretty bad. There we go. That is probably the right verbiage there.
You have lost all sense of justice. You want to fight me? So be it. I'll send you to meet your goddess.
Also, did I? Oh, I turned off some stuff. Okay. I was going to try and give you a preview, Ian, of the things I'm working on, but I shut down everything trying to fix the stream, and apparently maybe that had nothing to do with it, but yeah, I've Stream Deck updated with voice mod technology, and so I could throw like auto-tune and stuff on my voice, which I was gonna save for like specific occasions and moments on stream, but I've had some other technical difficulties that might have been caused by me playing with that voice mod thing, so not today. I usually recommend Awakening as a solid starting point, though I think Three Houses makes a lot of sense now, particularly with how easy normal is. Yes, spoiling the end of this post, which should be up next week. The 3 games I suggested are Three Houses. It's readily available. It's a great game. It's got a ton of content in it.
You have been deceived by that witch. I will
Yeah,
show
easy to
you
get.
the truth.
It's the talk of the town. It's got the easy normal mode. And it really hammers home some of the biggest franchise's strengths of just like the characters and the character development. And it takes away some of the weird, deeper mechanic stuff. Like, I love the weapon triangle. I think that's the biggest thing that makes me sad about this game, is it doesn't have that. But yeah, the combat itself is a little less nuanced, which makes it easier strategically for approaching these fights.
Thank you.
At least at normal difficulty. Awakening is probably my next one that I'd recommend. Also readily available. You can get it on the 3DS eShop if you can't find a physical copy. It has a great cast of characters. Yeah, Chrom, Lucina, Robin. You recognize all these characters from Smash Bros. They're in there. That particular game is a lot of fun to play. Great levels. Had a really good story in there as well. One of my favorite things was that game. The last level just infinitely spawns bad guys, and I had a team that was so OP, and I just like played it to see how long I could last, just before even taking out the boss. Just how long could I go mowing these guys down, and I could go for a really long time of just mowing down an endless horde of the final boss's henchmen, and it was great. I don't think I have the firepower. But yes, Awakening is the other one. The third one I recommended, and this might be a controversial pick. I suggest Fire Emblem Heroes. And the reason I did that is free to play. It's mobile. You don't have to have a Nintendo device to play it. You can play it right now. And I think that game does a really good job of giving you the gist of what Fire Emblem is about. In terms of moving dudes and ladies on a map and figuring out how to move your people so that you get the best results and stay alive. It does that very well. It has character build. It doesn't really have character building per se. Although, yeah, you kind of can, because you can, like... Uh-oh. You can't shake the vision of an ally falling in battle. It feels like this place is under some sort of protection. XP obtained. So yeah, it's very much like, hey, get a taste of Fire Emblem. It's got a little bit of story stuff. It's free. It's got the heroes in there from all of the games, and you can develop attachments to them in different ways. I haven't played it myself, but you are not the only person who has told me that it really does capture the kind of core experience of Fire Emblem in a bite-sized way. Yeah, it was surprising, and I got really into it for a bit. I just stopped playing it because you had to have an online connection all the time, and I played a lot on the subway. I was on the subway a lot, to and from work. And so when I was above ground, I was mostly playing Pokemon Go. Still playing Pokemon Go.
I never thought I'd see Lonato meet this fate. Well done, everyone. Let's gather our troops and go.
Hey. Got the secret book. Nice. And a goddess icon. Sweet. Yeah, Fire Emblem Heroes. As long as you don't fall down the gacha rabbit hole and start spending thousands of dollars trying to roll a level 5 Ike or something like that, it's a pretty fun game. Yeah, the ones I wouldn't recommend starting with would be...
Nice work, Teach. Still, that fight left a foul taste in my mouth. That aside, did you see how Catherine fought?
I'm stronger? Wow.
Agreed. I thought the power of the hero's relics must be exaggerated, but I was clearly wrong. Makes you
If you're
wonder
just tuning in,
about
I'm
that
Jeff from
legend.
inthirdperson.com. Personal look at video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. Playing some Fire Emblem
Oh,
Three
it's
Houses.
nothing. Just the usual fanciful nonsense. An ancient relic that once cut a mountain in half with a single swing. That's what they say, anyway. But as amazing as Thunderbrand is, I don't think it fits that description. Apparently, relics can harness tremendous power for those with a compatible crest. Though you can technically use one so long as you have any crest at all. Yeah, I don't know. Long story short, I'd like to try cutting a mountain in half someday.
Ooh, are you talking about relics? You'll be able to use one soon, Claude. I just know it. After all, you've already been selected as the next head of House Regan.
Easy there, Hilda. I don't know how apt soon is. My grandfather is still unbearably healthy. Oh, is this news to you, Teach? Yours truly was recently recognized as a legitimate child of House Regan. They possess one of the hero's relics too, though I've yet to see it. I officially joined House Regan only last year. Before then, I lived with my father.
Huh. Okay,
When
this
I learned
is
that my
some
mother
deets.
was
I
the
see your
daughter of a
messaging. I will
Lance
read that in a
was
second. I don't
so
know this part
surprised,
about.
I thought the whole world was pulling a fast one on me for a week.
So that means your mother is Duke Regan's daughter, right? Where is she now?
I can't say. My mother is currently living in a different world than the one she grew up in and has no desire to return home.
Okay. You sure have a lot of secrets, don't you?
I'm just keeping a promise to my parents. Make of that whatever you will. In exchange for my so-called secrecy, I'm free to do as I please. Which is why I decided to see what the other side of my family was like. That's how I found out about this strange crest I bear.
Professor, Claude, it sounds like the troops will be withdrawing soon. We should return as well.
And then Ian says, the gender restrictions on classes really bug me. Catherine would be awesome as a tough class like a hero or war master, but they're locked out for women. That choice really surprised me after they removed the restrictions in Fates.
If we hadn't done what we
So
did,
about
the rebel army
that.
would have followed this road all the way to the monastery. And they would have crushed all the little villages along the way. We stopped that from happening. You should be proud.
I'm sorry to intrude, but this incident may be more serious than anticipated.
I would have to double check.
I found this on
I'm
Lord
pretty
Renato.
sure I had a female
It's a
war
note that
master on
mentions
my
a plan
squad.
to assassinate Lady Rhea. We can't tell who sent it, so the source
But
is
it might
suspect.
be because of
content
the
is too
particular
disturbing to
character.
ignore. We must report this to Lady Rhea right away. I hope that it's nothing.
I am glad to see that
I
you have
wonder if
returned
it's a
safely.
Catherine specific
The
thing.
goddess is gracious with her divine protection. But it was not only her divine protection that shielded you, was it? You are just as skilled as I had hoped. I am not so sure. I heard some of the students were hesitant about fighting militia. However, we must punish any sinner who may inflict harm upon believers, even if those sinners are civilians. I pray the students learned a valuable lesson about the fate
This
that
is the
awaits
part
all
of the game that
who
made
are
me go,
foolish enough to
I don't know
point
about
their
this church.
blades towards the heavens.
Our real concern is what Catherine reported. The secret message that was in Lord Lenato's possession. It contained a deplorable plot to target the Archbishop on the day of the goddess's rite of rebirth. The plan seems unrealistic at best, but a threat is a threat. We must maintain constant vigilance. To that end, I would like for you and your students to help with security on the day of the ritual.
That is most reassuring.
As far as I've been able to tell, all the Pegasus classes are restricted to women.
Rite of rebirth is of
Then the
paramount
War Master, Dark
importance.
Mage, Dark
It is when the
Bishop, and
Church of
Hero
Seros
seem to
and
be
its
restricted to men
believers
based on my
unite to pray
playthrough.
for the return of the goddess. The Archbishop
I
and I will be confined to the goddess tower once the
I never
ritual
got a
begins.
flying unit on my
Of course,
team.
the knights will be
That
on
just
high
never
alert
happened
as
for
well.
me. I think I was
Guards
close
enough
on a
of them
couple
to
of
keep watch on
instances,
every corner of the
but
monastery.
I think
It is far from ideal to be forced
I'm
to
pretty
mobilize
sure I had
students.
at
The gravity
least
of this
one woman
situation
as a
requires
War
that we
Master on
all
my team.
bend to avoid breaking.
While there is no need to fear for my safety,
Hero, I'm not
we
sure.
cannot turn a blind eye
But
to
I'm
those who
pretty sure I
blaspheme so heinously.
feel like I had a
With
War
luck,
Master
this will
female.
all be for naught. Still, be on your guard.
Boom, 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 and we say.
Part 1. White Clouds. Blue Sea Moon. The Goddess's Rite of Rebirth. As the sun grows stronger and the nights grow ever shorter, the Blue Sea Star returns to the sky once more. Believed to be the goddess's home, her followers look to the star and commence celebrations of her rebirth. On the grounds of Garrig Mach Monastery, a grand ceremony is held in honor of this much-anticipated event. Every true follower of the Church of Seros is sure to be in attendance.
I'm not sure if you've seen this, Ian. For the purposes of getting screenshots for your playthroughs, if you go in the event section, you can replay any of the anime or any of the sort of events where people are talking to each other, and just watch those segments. Anything you've seen is unlocked, and you can play it again. And so if you miss an exact frame in the moment, you can get a screenshot later of those parts. And so I've been kind of doing that. I have way too many Fire Emblem screenshots. We'll send Caspar some flowers. Bump, bump, bump.
Okay, so our
Ooh.
task this moon is to patrol and guard the monastery in support of the knights, who are busy trying to stop an assassination plot. Here's the thing. I don't think the bad guys are really trying to assassinate the Archbishop. Precisely. That secret note with the assassination plot on it, there's just no way that was real. People don't just carry around secret notes. Someone wanted us to find it.
You're a smart
You
cookie.
really think the assassination plot is just a distraction?
Oh yeah, that makes complete sense. But then, what are they really
And
after?
Ian, you say, ah, yeah, I saw that feature, but didn't think about using it for screenshots. I too have way too many. I will never conceivably use them in all in articles, but since I don't know which ones I want until I'm writing, I'm stuck with them. So here's an interesting thing about Fire Emblem
Let's
screenshots.
see. It probably involves
I have a
somewhere that
lot
we
of
emptied
great
during the Rite of
screenshots
Rebirth, yeah?
from the other half of the game, and I feel like we're still not at a point in time where you can post those at all, just because of what happens in the game. I don't think we've hit that window yet, and I don't know if when we're going to hit the window where you can post that stuff.
Do you think they're after the church's donation money? I hear noble families tend to donate quite generously.
My bet's on the dining hall. It's a treasure trove of delicious
Or
food.
Raphael.
Makes me angry just thinking about them getting their grubby hands on it.
Let's split up and look around. I'll keep an eye on the reception hall.
You should get in some training if you have the time, Hilda.
I also have
Chance
one
we'll
screenshot.
have to
I'll have to send it to you. I'll DM it to you after. I took a screenshot of the game at a really bad point, and it's like half the polygons have loaded and everything is super blocky. It's really weird.
Well, I'm not the only one who needs to train here. It's not right to single me out like that.
A secret meeting, Professor?
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, we haven't been introduced. I am Shamir.
So here it
Shamir
is.
is one of
My
the
first
nicest
playthrough,
girls.
Shamir ended up
That
being my
little
waifu.
go-getter there
I
is-
had it down to 2 people. It was Shamir and Dorothea, and I ended up going with Shamir.
I work for Lady Rhea, and I'm Shamir's apprentice. Oh, the name's Cyril. Yep, she's teaching me about the bow and the sword and all kinds of stuff. I've got to protect Lady Rhea, so that's why I've got to learn all I can from Shamir.
Cyril adores Rhea. That aside, if you need anything, ask.
Bum, bum, bum. 100% of people explored during this point. Okay, let's check our certification status here. Claude, no. Lawrence, no. Raphael, no. Oh, wait. Let's double check here my roster. So you're ready to go. Lawrence, let me write these down. Interesting. I ended up choosing Leone in my game. I decided I wanted my first trip through each house. I would marry someone from the house. Since they're more exclusive, I can easily recruit Shamir in any run of the game. Plus, by the end, I honestly ship Shamir with a different character anyway. Ah. I want... Okay. Yeah, when I was playing through the game, and like, if I was to ship myself with any character from the other houses, it would be Leone. I kind of like her spunk. Okay. Raph. Ignatz is ready to go. Asithia. Yep. Oh, she's already graduated. Got it. Marianne. Hilda? Oh yeah, she's already moved up. Leone? No, she is not. And Sylvan has. Okay. Let's go do some exams. Alright, Lawrence, what do you want to be? Do you want to be a soldier, or a monk? I'm gonna go soldier. I think we have other magic people. I will say in my playthrough with the Black Eagles, I was really short on people with lances. I had one guy who could do it, and that's it, really.
Was there any...
Alright, so Lawrence is good. Do I not have any more... How do you feel about the game's class system? It's interesting. I actually have a post I'm working on as well on that, and just kind of the fundamental changes to the battle system and why. I think it started with like, why is there no attack triangle? And then kind of putting the pieces together of like why it's not there, and it kind of came down to the houses are unevenly distributed in terms of what types of classes they have, and even if they were, by the time... Well, yeah, it's uneven classes, and I think the other conceit in my head, I think, is that they're students. They're young, they pick up skills fast, and that's why they can pick up any weapon they want and can do anything at any point, if they work at it. Versus in regular Fire Emblem games, like, you couldn't just give a mage a sword. Like, they wouldn't even be able to hold it. And so the idea of, like, anyone being anything... I miss the attack triangle. I miss the... kind of the strategy that comes from that, but I like the idea of being able to have anyone learn anything. It might take more work to make people who are like way in the other class, like make a magic person like a heavy armor knight. But if you wanted to do that and put in the work, you can do that, and I like that the game gives you that option. So yeah, it's a little bit of give and take there on how the class system works. And it's interesting how they... Yeah, you get the extra skills from like completely mastering a class. In the old Fire Emblem games, I would always max out my guys level 20 before I evolve them into another thing. I don't think that's as necessary here. You get an extra skill, but like you end up with so many skills throughout this game anyway, and I don't necessarily think they're essential to winning. Make her as a Myrmidon? She never uses a sword though. I never use a sword with Marianne. Make her a monk. So yeah, I think it's good. It does have some trade-offs. I wish the attack triangle could still fit in there, but it is what it is, and it kind of makes sense. I think tying the idea that all of these kids can learn anything because they are students and pick things up fast. Maybe that's me reading a bit too much into it. Ignatz is not ready. Raphael. We did that. Okay. Alright, let's go explore the castle very briefly. I don't want to spend much time in this. Alright. Accept the quest from your house leader. Alright, let's go do that first. For me, I wish the skills you got from mastering a class were the actual class skills. Like in Fates, mastering Thief gave you lock touch so your character could still function as a thief even if you changed to something else. The game doesn't do that, so you really have to stay in a class to continue having functions of that class. I prefer the Awakening Fates method. Alright, that's fair. And I hadn't thought about that part of it, to be honest. Or at least not thought in that level of detail.
Is it true you got caught in the fighting? I'm so thankful you made it out alive.
Oh, Dorothea, not even gonna turn to look at me?
What we would do if we lost you. I do find you very...
Alright. Who was I trying to talk to? Oh, yeah. Let's go talk to Pretty Boy here.
I see. To figure out our foe's intentions, we need information. Lots of it. Or any, at the least. For now, try going around the monastery and looking for suspicious locations. You should also try chatting folks up to see if they know anything. Once we've got things narrowed down, let's meet up and compare notes.
Alright, let's accept this. We'll talk to everybody. And can we give Claude a gift? Does he like weapon maintenance or... No. Alright, we're just gonna beeline for all these glowing points. It's interesting, with the Fire Emblem in the combat system, now that we're talking about it, and how leveling up works, and how
What's the matter? You're
classes
Even
work,
so,
I feel
the knights
like
have their orders. We can't abandon our duty to guard Lady
they've
Rhea.
tried
The goddess's right of rebirth
almost
is an important
everything
event for the church.
with the
They
combat
say it's
system,
the
and
day
they
of the goddess. Not too likely, if you ask
they're
me.
kind of just like mishmashing different pieces together. Like, I always feel like they're close, but they're not perfect. I don't know if we've had the perfect Fire Emblem engine yet. And it's interesting, they keep, like, if at its core it feels like it hasn't changed much, but they've always tried to like mix things up, and sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse. And yeah, they haven't quite gotten there yet. I mean, it's still amazing. It's just, I'm curious to see if they'll ever find like equilibrium on that front.
Even this here kitchen contains precious wares. Wine bottom. I hear that stuff is fancy, but not very drinkable. I doubt anyone would go to the trouble of stealing it.
Oh, here's another thing I was thinking about with Fire Emblem. I feel like across every single game, I know how to play it and like how to attack any course you give me. Because I feel like the AI has not changed at all in any Fire Emblem game. They always react the same every time. And it's just more about... And if you know that, you kind of already know, like, this is how I need to approach this level. But there's a weird comfort in that, knowing that you're fighting the exact same opponent.
So many beautiful flowers, plants that can save or end lives. They are all my precious children.
Even playing Fire Emblem Heroes on phone, where I was just like, okay, I'm pretty sure I know how the computer is going to react in this, even though, like, it's completely different setup. Like, it's a different game, different platform and all that. But yeah, I feel like that's one thing where the game just has not evolved at all. And maybe in a weird way, that's a good thing.
Lady Rhea lifts the spirits of all the people of Fodlan. We cannot allow her to come to any harm. Hi, Professor. Did you need something? I've actually got plans.
Okay, what does she... Dex, I'm flying. Okay.
Lady Rhea.
How about if I give you some riding boots?
Is this
Oh, she liked those a lot. Oh,
Thank
great.
you.
Okay, I don't want to fall down that rabbit hole of giving everybody everything. That's another thing that really annoys me about... Okay.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. The goddess's rite of rebirth is this month, right? The monastery gates will be thrown wide open on that day. I'll be working as a guide. I hope I get to guide some lovely ladies around.
Is he hitting on me?
I've heard talk of students wandering the monastery late at night. They wouldn't happen to be from your class, would they? Please keep your students in line, Professor. Kids these days.
Ooh, glowy thing on the floor that I'm not going to give. Who feels deeply repentant. I don't know who that would be, off the top of my head.
Setting fire to the stables to distract everyone. To cause a commotion. It is the oldest trick in the book. But I cannot shake the thought that I will stand guard and watch over the stable. And the knight's horses. They are truly magnificent. Please, do me a favor.
Find a tea aficionado who's worthy of Ferdinand's tea set. When you have given away the tea set, you can try and... Oh, this is the... I'm pretty sure that's the, that's like the fetch quest where you have to, like, give stuff to this person and that person. Alright, don't want to mess with that.
Hey there.
this talk of assassination plots. It brings back dark memories I prefer to keep buried. I doubt there is any correlation, and yet... it is nothing. I am sorry for allowing my mind to wander. My focus should be solely on guarding the monastery right now.
Yep. And mine should be on... Yeah, we're not going to talk to Tomas. Get him. Let's go. Pick up another random thing on the floor. But then you can have tea parties. They're so important. Yeah, I can't even pretend to care about that. Haha. The only advantage is the occasional charm increase you get for free on people's birthdays. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Professor. I was just reading this letter from my father. Do you know him? He's a pretty big deal in the Empire. He only writes to ask how my training's going, or how many monsters I've killed.
Yeah, I think now that I've played through it, I probably won't mess around much with the lost items and the gifts. And yeah, one of the weird things about recruiting in the game is, like, in a way, there's almost no point to recruiting people because the levels are all designed for, like, your core group of people. And so when you don't really have room to put new people in unless you're willing to take people out.
I say treasure, but I do not mean silver and gold and jewels. It mostly contains weapons, artifacts, and the like. Anything that would cause too great a stir, should it be stolen? No. The church knows better than to store anything too valuable in such an accessible location.
Oh, excuse me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't have business here. Okay, buddy. Oh, can we do the... oh, we got 2 notes. Let's go answer some questions. Hey, Dr. Ruth. I have as many worries as anyone else, but I must always feign dauntlessness. It can be rather taxing at times. You have to show your weakness sometimes. Hire someone to listen to your troubles. Find time to relax every now and then. Find time to relax. Yeah, Lady Rhea liked it. There's just a drawing of what looks like a student throwing trash on the ground. Let's add trash bins all throughout the monastery. Punish whoever did this. You should report this to the Archbishop. Let's add trash bins. I've never seen that one. Nice. Is this the person I was supposed to talk to? I don't think so. But you're here.
About 20 or so years ago, there was a big fire in Garreg Mach. On that day, Captain Gerald went missing. Everyone thought he was dead. It never occurred to me that he might actually have survived. The truly strange part is that in all those years, he hasn't changed a bit.
Hmm. Interesting.
Impossible.
Ah, Alois.
Have you visited the Goddess Tower? It's a sacred place used for rituals and the like. In general, students aren't allowed entry. But as you'd expect, that rule just excites their curiosity. Some have even tried sneaking in. Well, at least for this month, that kind of behavior is totally unthinkable. We have a lot more security. What with the goddesses...
Oh man, just random dragon flying in the back. Wyvern. I didn't see it. That's cool. Okay. Couple more people.
May I say?
Oh, here's a random thing on the ground. Mysterious notebook.
On the day of the rite, the monastery will be open to the public, including the Holy Mausoleum. The Holy Mausoleum is where the tomb of the divine Saros lies. There she slumbers, eternally. That's pretty much all that's in there. Just an ancient coffin. It's sealed with a powerful magic to protect against would-be grave robbers.
Here's a question for you, Ian. Did you read through all of the books in the library? I read like one. And then I saw how many there were here, and I was like, nah. I don't have time for this.
Hey there.
Where am I? Oh, okay. We're talking to this monk over here.
That boy who assists the Archbishop. Cyril, I believe? I hear he's originally from a foreign land to the east.
Yeah, as soon as I realized that not all of them gave XP, I stopped. I didn't find one that gave XP, so...
I do wonder about his true intention.
Unless I'm... Oh, yeah, the ones on the desk that I just picked up did. But yeah, most of them don't. Here's the one I wanted to talk to.
There are numerous books in this library that you cannot find anywhere else. But once you are here, you can read them easily enough. I doubt someone would go to the trouble of stealing one. Sometimes Seteth will dispose of books that are deemed inappropriate for the monastery, but that's about it. In a way,
this reminds me just what he said about censorship of books. And I saw an article. It was from like it was either a high school or a college in the US. Somewhere in your neck of the woods. Generally speaking, in the country. And they'd gone through the effort of censoring like classic art in school textbooks because it was too revealing. So like it would be a statue and there's like a nude guy in it, and they'd like scribble out the junk parts with like black permanent marker. And even one picture. So here we go. I'm gonna flip face cam on this one. Right? So imagine I was Mona Lisa. And she's wearing a cut, and there's like, you can see like a little bit of, I don't even know the term for the upper chest area. And this person had gone through and like colored that part in black permanent marker. Because just that little bit of chest, I don't even think there's cleavage there, it's just chest. And she colored it in because it was too hot for the students of that school. I don't know. Who am I trying to talk to here? Am I trying to talk to... Or you were here? Nope, wrong thing. But we picked up some wellness herbs. Herbs that aid with persistent headaches. They probably belong to the adult. An adult with a taste for liquid.
Unbelievable. What a terrifying story. However, an assassination attempt on Lady Rhea is doomed to fail. Pardon? You think the goal may be different than simple assassination? Intriguing.
I guess the moral of the story is not to underestimate the appeal of the neck and shoulders. Maybe.
However, there's no one but me who could make use of them.
Hey, did we do the thing? Alright, let's report back to Claude. Oh, where's my boy?
I see. Thanks. That was a big help. Something the church values above all else. And on the day of the rite, it'll be open to the public, making it easier than ever to get inside. That's gotta be it, right? Bullseye. We don't know the enemy's intentions, not yet. But our best bet is that their target will be the Holy Mausoleum.
Yeah, buddy. Alright, who else can we talk? Let's go get some other side quests done while we're here. Oh, come on. I see one here. Who's got the envelope there?
Okay.
Or the scroll. Oh, okay. Yep, let's just circle all the way around.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, we can do some gardening too. Let's do that, and sure, let's go prune them. Ah, here we go. Lauren's got something.
Are we really just taking Claude's word for it? If so, I doubt anything will come of this. It is all probably just some sort of distasteful joke. I find it highly unlikely that anyone would be foolish enough to barge in here and cause a disturbance.
Alright.
Okay.
So he didn't want to talk about it at all. That's fine. Wait, did he... Is there a different thing we can talk about?
Are we really? If so, I find it...
No. Enter you in the fight, give some tea... Give the tea to set to someone who loves tea. Oh, okay, he loves tea.
Are we really? If so, I find it... How kind of you.
There it is. Okay.
I will have to repay you sometime.
Hey, we got some... Hey, we can invite some people for tea. Okay, time to figure out which classes I want all these new students to be. I want to try and unlock the ones I hadn't had anyone master yet. Yeah, great. I did get a couple to master, and a couple of people were just short. I didn't have enough time to do it. I think I came up on that sort of last level sooner than I thought I would. And so I didn't quite make it, but... Yeah, getting to master was... Yeah, some characters in my group were insane. Even before they hit master. The advanced classes, they were just unstoppable.
No, but do not concern yourself for my safety. I am very much stronger than I appear. I have something to ask of you.
Gather information about the thieves. Man, they're so... Okay. Let's go to the training thing first. What tournament is this? Is this archery? Oh, swords. Oh, geez. Wow, my team is trash at swords. Alright, that's going to be something to note going forward. Sure, Ignatz, you can get blown up.
I actually won! I can do this!
Nice.
I did it! I did!
Huh. Maybe Ignatz is showing me something here. No, he's probably not.
I can do this! I get things done.
Ah, take that. Hold that L. Marianne is a surprisingly good swordswoman. If you train her up, her strength is garbage, but once you get Levin Sword, she wrecks everything. Ah, okay.
I'm glad I asked you.
I will note that for next time. I don't want to talk to him at all. I was thinking about it during, or with Fire Emblem out, such a huge game, it's probably going to take a while. Is there any other games you plan on picking up between now and, say, Link's Awakening at the end of September?
I hear you have fought alongside Catherine. I would wager that her...
See, I think I've hit a bit of a lull here. There might be some stuff I randomly pick up if it goes on sale, but I think this month is just going to be mostly me exploring Fire Emblem. Maybe I go back to streaming some Super Mario Maker 2. But I don't think there's a lot. I think it makes it easier for me to stream 3 houses like this because I don't think I'm holding anything up right now. I would probably just be playing this anyway.
My thanks.
Is there any other quests here? Can we invite someone for tea? Who do we want to invite for tea? Could I get Bernadette on my team? That would be great if I could get her on the squad. But I already played... I think I know who I want. I wonder if I can find her. Ooh.
Really?
I don't think I will end up grabbing anything before Link's Awakening. I want to get Dragon Quest Builders 2 at some point, but then the next games I want after that come out around the same time as Link's Awakening, and that game will likely take priority over them. Yeah, I hear you. Right? Yeah, I was trying to think, like, is there anything I want other than that? And I don't think there is.
Might you have come looking
So maybe there's some stuff. There is one... Oh, hold on.
I'm quite all right, but your concern means a great deal.
No, we can't invite her. But, ooh. Yeah, we'll do that. There's one game on the Nintendo Switch. It's a... I think we've talked about it before. Called Valhalla. It's a sort of visual novel game where you work as a bartender. Stop me if you've heard this one before.
You'd best keep your... In this nervous state, I might just cut you down.
Do I want to train or... Let's go sing. Let's sing in the choir. Let's do that. And hopefully we can play at least one side mission before we wrap up the stream. Who do we want? I want people on my team. Yeah, let's get Raphael and Ignatz. Yeah.
Everyone should sing louder. It feels so good just to let it out.
Music speaks to the heart. It's more powerful than any weapon.
Sorry, just checking something here real quick. I'm hoping to have... Okay. So in emote news, the 2 emotes that I got from Laura, I've officially submitted them to Twitch for approval. They're still pending, so hopefully in a couple of days those get greenlit. They're for the tier 2 sub and the tier 3 sub. I don't have the tier 1 yet, which is I know the one that most people are going to use if they sub to the channel. Hopefully in the next few days Laura wraps that up. I love how the other emotes look, and I think you guys will enjoy them a lot. So I'm thinking like, oh man, I can't. My wife saw them and was like, I want to put that on a t-shirt. Okay, I think we can wrap it up here. I don't want to get bogged down in the talking to every single person. Instruct automatically. That's fine.
I've got a grasp on this.
I gotta ask you something.
I just want to eat meat and fish, but everyone in the dining hall says I gotta eat vegetables too. I'm never gonna get full on some stupid leaves. Eating vegetables will help your muscles grow. Try not to be so picky. Stop complaining and appreciate what you have. Of course, eating vegetables will help your muscles grow.
Makes sense to me.
There we go.
Professor?
Man, didn't you just ask me last time? The best way to impress people is to buy Great Knight does. Sure, you can be a Great Knight. Muscles is always right. The right answer with Raphael. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, sure. We'll sing.
There's someone who's slightly off. Oh well, that adds some color, I suppose.
Singing with others is a nice change of pace. Usually I do it when I'm alone.
It's Flame's birthday. Oh yeah, we're gonna invite her to tea. Yeah, buddy. Alright, let's go put the moves on the advisor's little sister.
I am honored that you invited me. You know about my favorite tea. I am moved.
Yeah, so check this. You're gonna watch me spit some game right now. Put the moves on her.
I am ever so grateful.
Actually, know very little about Flame. This could be really bad. Alright, what do you want to talk about, girl? Cats! You like cats, right? Yeah. Alright. I love cats too. Actually, I'm very allergic. But tell me about yourself. Fashion, capable... Tell me about yourself. Yeah. I have a feeling you don't have much of identity because your brother is so overprotective of you. Alright, here. One more thing. Dating escapades. Oh, but you don't date. A word of advice. Reliable allies. Oh, you're very sneaky, from what I remember. I didn't think she'd want me to give her advice, though.
I desire to see the ocean again. It is difficult being so far away from it.
Oh, I get the opportunity to... Hey, there we go. And see, that's not a perfect tea time, though. Clearly, I got one of them wrong, and I still got the other question at the end. And now I get the special, like, oh, let's go take a peek.
Well, you look odd.
I always find this part so weird when you get the perfect conversation. You're just kind of ogling at them, and you can move the camera around, and...
Professor. Have some, Professor.
Alright, I guess we'll give you a gift as well. Do you want a whetstone? Ancient coin, you like traveling, right? Okay, no, not really.
That tea was very delicious. Please take care, Professor.
Jetta and Flame enjoyed their time together.
Sounds good to me. Well then, let's get to it. There.
Alright, good. Skill level
Not
up.
as hard as I thought.
I see. It's all making sense now.
My efforts have borne fruit.
I'm getting the hang of it.
Alright, can we battle? I guess we could seminar and then battle. And then just move into the mission. Okay, hold on. Let's go buy some stuff. And I haven't done any battalion things yet, have I? No. Yeah, Ignat should have a squad. Who would be good for you? Sure, you can get the brawlers. +5 move, that's pretty good. Oh, Marianne has... Leone definitely needs a squad.
We'll do our...
And Sylvain doesn't have one, he should get one.
We've got you.
Alright. Alright, weapons. Iron sword, trading sword. Yeah, I should probably look at my inventory first and see what I have and don't need. Trade. Nope. Items. We'll store this. I should probably get a steel sword there. Iron lance. You could probably get a better rusted. No. Yeah, you definitely need a steel bow Oh, we can sell that. That's good. Intermediate CL. Ooh, large bouillon. Yeah, pretty much a round of weapons for everybody here. Marketplace. Yeah, so you could probably use a steel sword. Claude, let's get you a steel bow. Oh wait, you already have one. It's the iron bow that you're short on. Let's get you another. Oh, hold on. You need to sell some stuff. Yeah, you can probably sell this iron bow for now, whatever. Oh yeah, we can sell the rusted gauntlets as well. I'm not going to use those at all. And you can sell that bundle of gold as well. Fat stacks. Alright. Yes, this is... Steel bow. Can we get him a steel lance? Yep. Is there a javelin as well? Yeah, let's get... Alright, hook it up. And you can use axes too, right? Okay, you can use everything. Let's give you an axe. Who else? You also have skills as... Okay. Raphael is good with an axe, and gauntlets, we should get you an axe. Ignatz, you don't have a weapon right now. We should fix that. I know this makes for a riveting stream right now. Just watching me go to the grocery store and buy some. Oh. And you need a better bow, jeez. Wait, I know you mostly do magic, but okay. Marianne. Can she hold anything other than... Okay, I'm gonna gamble on her being better with a sword. Let's get you a hand axe. And you can also fight with a lance. So let's equip you with a lance as well. Leone. And let's get you a javelin. There we go. Can you fight with a sword, Sylvan? No, you cannot. Alright. I think we're good. Fine, let's do a seminar. Sure. And then we'll play like some side levels, and then that'll be that.
The glory of progress.
Experience is everything.
Ian, if you're still around, do you have a point of view on Nintendo cracking down on uploaders of Nintendo music on YouTube?
I think I've got the hang of it.
I've seen them been cracking down really hard, like shutting down some of the biggest YouTube channels that were playing Nintendo music. And yeah, do you like that? Not like that? I know there are a lot of people who are upset because you can't really get that music anywhere outside of the game, but at the same time, they kind of have to enforce their copyright. Physique like mine isn't suited to combat in close quarters, so I don't think I could be most helpful. So I think I can be most helpful using a bow. Let's hope I don't ever lose my glasses. Currently, focus on bow skills to excel as a sniper. Sure. Oh, Scythia. What's going on, baby girl?
What do they all take me for?
Oh wait, I'm playing as a girl character too. I don't know if she goes.
I'm fine.
She likes girls as well, but
Perfectly and completely fine. It's hardly different from daytime. I'm not scared. Ghost! Hang on. Professor? Is that you? Oh, well, good evening! Oh, I left something in the dining hall, so I'm on my way to fetch it. But you don't need to come with me or anything like that. I'm fine on my own. Really.
I think if they're going to crack down on it, they should offer an outlet for listening to it. That's obviously something people want to be able to do, so it makes sense for them to crack down on it if they plan to monetize the music in a more concrete way. Agreed, that'd be nice. I love that you can get the Phoenix Wright soundtracks on Spotify, thanks to Capcom. But yeah, it kind of sucks that you can't listen to some of that music outside of the games themselves. And Nintendo has so much amazing music, and not giving people a way to listen to that. I just don't think that their head is necessarily in that space of like monetizing or thinking about that art for consumption outside of the games themselves, which is why they're cracking down the way they are, and haven't really offered a way to listen to a lot of their stuff. But I know like Smash Brothers and stuff, they've given away the soundtracks to and whatnot. Not given away, but yeah, they've had that available on CDs and stuff.
Okay, I confess, I am scared of ghosts. The monastery is unnerving to me at night. So, can we talk about something, please? Anything. I've noticed for quite some time now, you treat all your students equally, don't you? You've never treated me differently simply because I'm younger than the others, and I've always appreciated that. Isn't it rather obvious? I'm roughly 2 to 3 years younger than the rest of the class. Have you just not been paying close enough attention to those you teach?
Wow.
That's poor form for a professor. Oh, there! I found what I was looking for. Well, I'd better be on my way now. Good night!
Finding stuff in the dark, man. I remember as a kid, I'm gonna flip the face cam. I'm just gonna be rambling right now. I used to be horrified of my basement, and we lived in a townhouse. It was an unfinished basement, and I always had this irrational fear that someone was just going to jump around the corner of the basement and just murder me. And so I always hated to go down there at night. And there was totally lights, and you could turn them on, but just the basement in the dark really freaked me out in a way that I haven't been freaked out by basements since. At least, maybe I haven't been in one as freaky as that, but being in certain dark places makes me very uncomfortable. Certain other ones don't. Like one thing, maybe it's just because of where I grew up.
Good enough, Professor?
I like exploring the city at night, dark alleyways and stuff. I think it's cool. And Steph is absolutely horrified. She's like, "Oh, we're gonna get jumped and killed here." And I'm just like, "Oh man, but look at the cool spray paint art and the."
I think I've
and
got
yeah,
the hang of it.
I know it's weird that I like walking through back alleys, but I don't know. That's just me. Alright, we should save. Also, I haven't progressed any of these support conversations. Jeez. I guess we can watch these.
Yes! Time for food! Hey, Ignatz! Is this seat taken?
Oh, hey, Raphael. I'm done eating, so you can sit here if you like.
Really? But there's still food on your plate.
It's fine. I'm not that hungry. Anyway, I guess I'll be heading off.
Oh. Okay. Hey, Ignatz! Wanna train with me?
Oh my, that equipment's looking rusty. Let me fetch some oil.
What's the matter? It always looks like that. Come on, we'll take care of it later.
Nope, you have to do it as soon as you notice. There's oil in the warehouse. I'll be right back.
Hey, Ignatz!
Hello, Raphael.
Are you busy? I need to talk to you.
No, that's...
Also, I totally flipped the camera around. Sorry about that.
I'll just... Hey. Hold up. Are you seriously gonna keep running away from me?
What? No, I'm not running.
Yes, you are. Every time I try to talk to you, you make up some excuse and run. What's going on? You were a lot friendlier to me when we were kids. You were always so excited to show me all the neat stuff you had whenever I came to visit. We'd play hide and seek with my little sis, draw pictures, and do other fun stuff too. Remember all that?
Getting ghosted.
Can't be the way they were. It's regrettable, but it's the truth.
Regrettable? What's there to regret?
I mean, you know, what happened to your parents. My parents are the reason your parents died.
What are you talking about? My parents died in an accident while traveling for work.
Maybe so, but they were taking over for mine, because they had other business that day and couldn't go themselves. So, they recommended yours to fill in for them.
Huh. I didn't know that. But what does that have to do with our friendship?
No, but see,
Oh, I see. But we're done talking about this. You gotta stop beating yourself up over it. It was an accident.
He's just putting on a brave face. No one is that forgiving.
I feel like that story happens multiple times in the support conversations of... Actually, that template of, this is weird between us because my parents did something to your parents. Oh yeah, who can chat S with? Alright, so Claude, Lawrence, Raphael, Ignatz, Sylvan, Ferdinand, Lindart, Caspar, Dorothea, Felix, Ash, Mercedes, Beth, Flane, Hanneman, Manuela, Alois, Catherine, Alois, Cyril, Rhea. That's an interesting option. Huh. I wonder if I should try for that. I would like to see what that would look like, knowing what I know. And I wonder if we were to do Bachelor Fire Emblem Edition, Bachelor Bachelorette. How would they rank? Who's getting kicked off first? I think it's Hanneman. I think that the romance levels for Hanneman are like a 0. Just old man. I don't think he looks that great. Probably bottom tier. If we were to make the waifu husbando tier list, I think he's a bottom tier.
Oh, Marianne, there you are. Lysithea, what's all this commotion? What's happening? There's been an accident.
The way the backstories of the characters connect is really nice in this game. I know that you would have the same core cast throughout the game really opened up some options as far as making their supports richer. Yeah, and I will say, I did recruit someone from a different class, and they had support conversations with this person as well. So to think that the game has every single combination of people thought out and fully voice acted and fully written is nuts to me.
You can just stand here and stare at the wall.
Hanneman is definitely bottom tier. I say Alois is probably pretty low too, especially among those who know what happens if you try to date him.
Perhaps I took it too far. Hey, Marianne, do you have a minute? Listen, I'm sorry about all the stuff I said earlier. The situation was urgent, and I'll admit I wasn't thinking clearly. I shouldn't have been so callous.
I think that's probably a separate stream. Get that tier list chart going, and then we can talk about it casually.
But hey, are you sure you're all... I'm the one who should apologize. All I did was get in your way. You would have made it to the training grounds much sooner if I hadn't slowed you down. Huh? Wait a second. It's all my fault. It's always my fault. The accident was probably my fault too. You're being so negative. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, if we're talking top tier, like Claude for sure, I say number 1 overall. I think Edelgard and Dimitri are probably also top tier. On the guy side, I don't know. I think I'm maybe not necessarily the best judge on the guy side. I think Shamir is probably also top tier. Cyril's a weird one. I get the sense that he's extremely young. Flame 2, that seems weird to me. Claude has got to be up there. Yeah. I'm gonna guess Edelgard is probably number 1 overall pick. But Claude though. Claude, let's be real here. Claude, Dorothea. I think Dorothea is probably also in that group. Oh, Claude and Lysithea. Let's see.
Ah, so I see. If one were to combine this incantation method with the power of a crest, then in theory, it should...
Hey there. Still studying, are we? Isn't it past your bedtime?
Claude, I really don't appreciate you interrupting me right now.
But if you don't get your sleep, you're never gonna grow big and strong.
Uh-huh. The last thing I need is you fretting over me as though I'm some child. I'm only a few years younger than you, you know. Hardly worth noting. Furthermore, my grades in magic and basically every other subject are far higher than yours.
Whoa there.
I think the characters who are super young need their own category. Cyril, Flame, and Lysithea can go in a quarter by themselves with the other tiers to get worked out. Yep. We can't talk about them until the other part of the game.
The audacity. Whatever it is you think you're treating me like, it's
Even then, you're still like cougar territory at that point.
What's left? Should I treat you as a noble hero? Draw your sword, Lysithea. If you wish to continue studying, you must first defeat me in battle. Come now, face me like the hero of legend that you are.
I find myself speechless in the wake of your staggering ignorance. Now, please, leave me be.
Okay, I can take a hint. But in all seriousness, you shouldn't neglect your sleep. You'll fall ill if you push yourself too hard. Oh, and just so you know, I heard a rumor that this library is haunted. It's probably not true, right? Right. Anyhow, I'm off to bed. Good night.
You know, I am suddenly rather sleepy. Excuse me while I see myself out.
No matter how she tries to hide it, she's still a young girl at heart.
Young girl, get out of my... How's that song go? Alright, Raphael and Hilda.
Right. Then this goes here.
Hello, Raphael. What exactly are you doing with that piece of wood?
Hey, Hilda. I'm just doing this.
With your bare hands. Impressive that just the outer ring is left. It makes quite a nice circle.
Yeah. I just gotta polish it up and paint it. Then the base of the necklace will be ready.
Sorry, did you say necklace?
How's it look? I bet it's the right size, too. And this tree bark smells amazing. Now I just need to carve these boar tusks to hang from it.
Boar tusks?
I almost forgot. I was gonna add these wolf claws, too. And I could even add some color to them.
And wolf claws?
Huh? Is something wrong, Hilda?
That necklace. It has a certain, rustic charm?
You're right. It really does. Want me to make you one while I'm at it?
Oh, no. I wouldn't want to trouble you. Besides, I think it would look better on you than on me.
It would definitely look good on me. But this one's actually a birthday present for my little sis.
For your sister? I mean, don't you think she might like something more feminine. Something cute.
Something cute? What's wrong with something tough and rugged? This necklace is gonna have tusks and claws and stuff.
But girls don't usually go for tusks and claws and stuff. There should be flowers or gems or... Here, I can talk you through it. If you're making a necklace for your sister, you might try putting a pretty little flower in a small crystal bottle and sealing it with resin.
If you say so. But where would I find a flower that was pretty enough?
Oh, honestly, I don't know much about flowers. But, now that I think about it, I remember hearing about a splendid flower that only blooms near Fodlan's throat.
Fodlan's throat? That's on the eastern edge of the Alliance. I'd have to leave now if I'm gonna make it back in time.
Yeah, that does seem like a bit of a stretch. Okay, let me think. Where'd he go? Well, no matter.
And he out? Alright. Okay. Is there anybody... I don't think I have to worry about classes yet. Let's do... Please tell me just one. Okay. We're gonna do one side level, and then we'll call it a night. I know we're running a little late, because I started late. Miss Month's recruiting popularity. Catherine, #1. Huh. Ingrid up there, Sylvan. Dorothea, Mercedes. Felix up there, too. Who can we? Oh yeah, we're gonna fight with the whole squad. Who do we want up front? Yeah, we're gonna swap Ignatz for... There we go. Actually, let's put Leone... No, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Let's fight. Oh, wrong button. Oh, no! Save here, and let's fight. Okay.
Ready anytime.
I could do this!
Get him.
Ooh, I did it.
Hot shot.
I did.
Hey, Ignatz can now go take his exam.
It's
great.
I'm impressed.
Ready and willing.
Ooh.
Don't hold this against me, okay?
Nice trick shot.
It was a good try. I expect...
You did it!
Let's get to it.
Not great damage, but it's something. Alright.
I stand ready.
Get him, Lawrence. That's okay. Minor hit.
Stay
we'll take it.
focused.
Now it would go on this side, and
Who, me?
I kind of want to use a sword, Marianne with a sword more. But
Who, me?
here, what if we do this? And we'll give her the iron sword. And then we'll see what happens. And hopefully she does not die in one hit. Also, people died right here. Like, really? What were you
Leave
doing?
it to me.
That wasn't great. Oh, this is gonna be...
Never underestimate an outsider. Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Ian. Did you use the battalions a lot? I barely ever use them. Like, even for the beasts, I had enough firepower to get through everything without relying on it that much. I'm guessing there's situations where it probably was helpful, but for the most part, I didn't need it.
That's the golden deer for you.
Damn, Claude already at level 10.
I expect.
Okay, if we can. Oh, jeez. Wow.
You fought well. Such
Oh, I don't have a healer on this side. I almost never did, though I guess the reason you're supposed to use them against the beast is to break the entire barrier quicker so you can get the special smithing ores. I didn't realize in my first playthrough, but I guess there are certain materials that you only get by breaking the whole barrier off a demonic beast. Yeah, see, I never did that. I never broke the whole barrier. I just broke, like, one opening and then just killed them. And also, like, I never used the blacksmith in any Fire Emblem game. I always find that just the regular stuff works fine. So I never bother, like, forging a custom weapon or anything like that.
Time for second.
Boom.
Strength in action. Making money.
Yeah, she's just 3 damage. 1 damage. 6 damage. Wow. Alright, she's not gonna be helpful in this particular encounter. She's gonna be a work in progress. Killed her though.
You lost to me?
I actually started using the blacksmith a lot late game because some of the forged weapons have bonuses other than a damage boost. The bolt axe and levin sword, for example, got additional range so they can hit from 3 tiles away, which I found to be really useful. Yeah, I had the levin sword and I had it equipped for like a second and then just didn't use it. And I usually use it in other Fire Emblem games, but I don't know. I just didn't need it. But now that I'm playing through the Blue Lines campaign, I'm doing on hard, so I might need to rely a little more on other stuff. So yeah, I will keep that in mind going forward. Uh-oh. Can we just weaken one of these guys up? Oh yeah, that's the one I want.
I like how.
I moved her too far back and now she doesn't get to use the sword.
I guess it worked out.
My party excelled with them a lot. Ignatz had relatively even strength and magic, so he could switch sword types based on whether his opponent had better defense or resistance, and Marianne gained sword levels easily, but is predominantly magical, so she functioned best with a levin sword. Ah, okay. Yeah, I think on my team, on my Black Eagles playthrough, I was the only sword wielder, really. Everybody else was other stuff, mostly magic. Alright, let's try these guys out. for you. Hey, got a chest key. We'll send that back.
Ready anytime.
Run it. Boom. Dash punch. What? That didn't finish? Wow. Okay. I don't like this positioning here. Like, it's just gonna be Claude and Jetta that get in hits. I would prefer if one of these two could get the spotlight on this particular encounter. Let's back up here a bit, and we'll figure out how to fight these two. Marianne gets a W. There we go.
I won. I wondered.
Here's a stat, or another thing to consider. Like, going into it, I kept hearing numbers of people saying like, oh, it took me 80 hours to complete the campaign, 60 hours to complete the campaign. And not to say that this is a short game, I don't know how it took someone 80 hours to beat 3 houses. I don't see it. I think there's a lot in there and a lot to explore, but it feels like an exaggeration that it was 8. Maybe your clocks actually say 80, but I don't know. I don't feel like that this game is that big. It's pretty big, and there's 3 different branches, but not 80 hours for a single play. Big. To my understanding, the routes are different lengths. I have seen reports of Golden Dare being 80 hours versus like 60 for the Blue Lions. Huh. For what it's worth, I put 77 hours into my Golden Deer playthrough. Jeez. Wow. Yeah, okay, maybe that's the thing. My Black Eagles playthrough is 49 hours. And I probably could have gone faster, to be honest. Get him, Sylvan.
That went as expected. This is what a real... It's all because...
Get that paper. Oh, come on. Don't... No. Fine. Come at me, bros. I know Claude's just gonna, like, mop the floor with you, but... No more playing games. I think how much you optimize your team in the monastery makes a big difference too. Like, if you take the time to talk to everyone, gain the maximum amount of professor experience, try to master all your classes and gain a bunch of renown, it's going to take a lot longer. See, that was the thing. You see me rushing through here on stream. I'm doing that for the stream. When I played it, I was thorough. I tested every single lost item with every single person. Talked every conversation, did as many side quests as I could, and it was still like 50 hours. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Alright, let's finish this off so we can call it a night and go home. Well, I am home, but you know what I mean. Work on those hand attack skills. Ooh, that's gonna hurt real bad.
You underestimated me. I have to.
And can we finish this? Please. Bullseye. Oh, right in the crotch too.
You're out of luck.
Black sand steel. Yes. MVP, of course, my boy. Gotta love it. And it makes me wonder, maybe the Black Eagles can... Yeah, so yeah, 46 hours to beat the game with the Black Eagles. And I wonder if, for very specific story reasons, the Black Eagles campaign is shorter. That is a mystery to solve for another day. It's time to get out of here. Thank you, Ian, for hanging out. Thank you to everybody else that may have dropped by, peeked, lurked. That's cool too. I'm probably still going to be sitting down here editing some stuff, trying to figure out the audio problem. Oh my goodness, that's going to frustrate me to no end until I figure it out. I've never had that issue of it just cutting out the audio almost completely before. And it's Claude's birthday. Oh, it's Claude's birthday. Okay, we're going to leave it. We will start the next stream on Claude's birthday. We'll invite him over for some tea. We'll put the moves on him. And yeah, until then, make sure to check out my website, inthirdperson.com. More articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. I've got a couple of Fire Emblem posts lined up for the next few weeks. We've got Friday coming up. Friday, I usually have a post about streaming, and there's another one, kind of a different take on streaming and streaming advice. What else is happening? Yeah, tea with Claude. Thanks for the stream. Have a good night. Thank you so much, Ian. Take care. And I'll be back. I might be back this weekend, maybe Sunday at either in the morning or like at a weird time in the afternoon. I think we're home all day tomorrow or all day Sunday. Saturday, definitely not. It's going to be Steph's birthday party. And next week, still TBD, I'm trying to pull together another episode of Boss Rush. So fingers crossed that we can get everything sorted out and I can sort out all my technical issues and we can get that show going for everybody next week. Until then, I'm Jet, and I'll see you guys later.